the walk down. Man, I think it's 105 degrees out here today. But guess what? Yesterday I was 85%. Today I'm right around 95. I ain't gonna say I'm 100% yet, but I'm close to it. Yeah. 4 miles done quick. Done quick. A little over 36 minutes. Yeah. Which is really, really good. Real good. I'm on pace. Start getting up under 8 minutes on these long distances. Yeah. Trying to wait for a few people to come in on this walk down. This is the 48th episode of the walk down, season 2. We got 2 more. And season 2 is a wrap. Bro, what we got going on, man? Trump practicing on DC. He's gonna start hitting these hoods, guys, with the National Guard. So you youngsters out there, just in the hood, and screaming you body. Man, when that National Guard come up on y'all, and y'all always hollering about toting sticks, toting tools, we gonna see what y'all about. Cause man, them people tired of what y'all doing out here, man. It's a lot of y'all too. So they're tired of the crimes, the disrespect, you know. And then y'all are doing that like anywhere y'all go, no respect for nothing and nobody. And them people tired of it. So them people tired of it. So I don't want to hear nobody saying like he's doing something that nobody wants. The people want that, bro. Because people got to understand, in some of these cities, Chicago, all that murder, Atlanta, everywhere, all these hoods, you know, these youngsters, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, with Dracos, you know, and with all these, you know, where are they getting these guns from? That's the question. Switches and all that. You got 15, 16-year-olds moving around with switches, moving around with Dracos, moving around with AK-47s, young like that, you know? So, you know, where are they getting this stuff from, you know? In my opinion, they're hitting licks and coming up on the stuff, you know, because a lot of them, whether y'all know it or not, a lot of these youngsters that's 15, 16, 17 years old, 18, a lot of them are here and there and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, and what I've noticed is that a lot of kids and a lot of girls are attracted to these Pookie and Ray Rays, attracted to these thugs. So you invite your parents go out of town and you invite one of these Pookie and Ray Rays to come to your house, you know, and you digging him, and all he's doing is peeping out what you got in your house. So y'all younger girls that are attracted to these type of criminal type guys, you know what I'm saying, that are attracted to these Pookie and Ray Rays, guess what? When they come to your house, they are actually peeping out what you got in there, or your parents, peeping out what your parents got in the house, so they can do what? Come in, break in, and take some things and get on. I don't care, you got computers, big screens, weapons, safes, whatever you got up in there. Guess what? Those youngsters are coming to get it. Because majority of them, you know, they really ain't, you know, they here and there and they everywhere. They at this house, that house, you know, and guess what? It's a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids that are living like that, unfortunately. A lot of kids are living like that. is because the parents or whatever's going on with the parents and the grandparents, you know, the daddies ain't around, you know what I'm saying, or the parents on the daddies and their mamas are all into the same old thing. We see that all the time on the internet, you know what I'm saying? But that's happening in real life, where these parents are acting like they ratchet, you know what I'm saying, as well. So guess what? These kids, they all over the place, man. 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. And they were so cold about it, you got other nationalities of kids, or guess what? They think that's cool. They think that Pookie and Ray Ray image is cool. And they going around their parents acting like that. That's another thing that's going on, guys, is that the way that those hood hoodlums act, guess what? Other communities are attracted to it, right? They are attracted to it. And guess what? They expect their parents to act the same way and let them do whatever they want to do. So it's causing a whole lot of outbursts in America. That's what's happening, guys. That's what's happening. Yeah, quick licks. You know what I'm saying? So young girls, y'all got to get unattracted to these type of guys, man. Yeah, they talk real good. You know, they hang their pants off they hang their pants down off their butt and all that, you know. And it looks good because that's all you seeing on the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's all you seeing in the music and in the movies. You know, they all acting like their favorite rappers. You know, it's become a style now. So so these guys, what they're doing, man, they ain't got nothing to lose, really. Why they don't have nothing to lose, Stock Sniper? Because they mama ain't giving them no leadership. They daddy ain't giving them no leadership because he's either one of three places. He's either in the ground, he's either in jail, or he ain't around at all. You know what I'm saying? So they're already being raised, you know, because they mama and daddies are Pookie and Ray Rays too. So they're all over the place. Mama too busy on Instagram. Mama too busy on the internet. Mama too busy going to the club over there on MLK. Mama too busy chasing her type of Pookie and Ray Rays down, because guess what? Majority of them, they're attracted to the Pookie and Ray Rays as well. The kid's mom. You know what I'm saying? So the kids basically moving around with no guidance. And at this point, they don't even want any guidance. At this point, they don't even want it. You know, so they're committing all these crimes because they feel like they ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, majority of them don't have their own bed, right? The majority of them are staying wherever somebody will let them stay. And that's a fact. Majority of them are just wherever somebody will let them stay, that's where they living at. And they're committing all these crimes, man, and guess what? These people tired of it, bro. They tired of it. And guess what? They really don't even care if they go to jail. Why? Because in jail, they got their own bed. You know, they get to eat, you know, and then they get out and repeat the process. That's what's happening. They ain't got nothing to look up to. They don't have no goals in life. So that's what that lady said today. She said they are not interested. This is exactly what she said. That they are not interested in rehabilitating these young kids like that. Listen, we're not talking about grown-ups. They're talking about kids, guys. They're talking about people that are 12, 13, 14, 15 years old that are out here committing these unthinkable crimes. And guess what? It's 2025. You know what I'm saying? It's 2025 now. They're not having that anymore. And guess what they're going to do? That's their excuse to come run up in your hood. And guess what? Can't nobody say that they're exaggerating, because it's absolutely true. It's true. So they just give them a reason to do what they want to do anyway, which is either put you in the ground or lock you up. That's what they want to do. And and that's why younger guys and guys that's not really in that situation, but you look up to it, You got to go the other way, guys. If you under 30, right, and you listening to your favorite rapper, you got to use it. It's just entertainment. Don't try to dress like them. Don't try to talk like them. Don't try to act like them. Don't do it. Matter of fact, go the other way. And then also, if what's happening is it's a lot of peer pressure going on with these kids, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that's hoodlums. If you get 10 of them, 8 of them are probably hoodlums, and the other 2, really probably come from a decent family and just obeying their parents, but are being brainwashed by the other 8. Why? Because they're gonna say you ain't cool. They're gonna say you lame. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna act like you a nerd. That's how they treat them. But guess what you gotta do? You gotta understand, and you gotta use your brain. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use your brain and be like, man, this not what's up. And then you move around and you go back, you hang around another different group, because you got circles. You gotta hang around a different type of circle. You can't hang around those hoodlums, man. You can't do it. And I understand, these days, the hoodlums are everywhere, guys. They everywhere. They everywhere. All of them acting like they're a hoodlum. I don't care which way you turn. It's hard to escape it. And that's the problem that these younger guys are going through. And that's how you'll be in a situation where somebody's trying to rob somebody with, these kids, and then you'll try to say, nah, this ain't right. I ain't gonna be trying to rob nobody. I'm about to go. And they'll make fun of you. They'll call you all kind of names just to get you to stay in that bucket with them. And then next thing you know, you be in jail. You know what I'm saying? You be in jail facing a lot of time, and all you did was try to fit in. It's difficult for these youngsters these days, guys. It really is. So, best thing to do is pay attention to who you hang around with. And you got to think, if it don't make sense, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't make sense, you got to get out the mix. You got to get out. Because guess what? They're not finna be playing with them no more, guys. They're targeting 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds. That's what they're doing. And guess what they're going to do? They're not going to worry about rehabilitating. That's what that lady said, that she's not interested in rehabilitating a kid. They don't want to know why you doing this. They ain't trying to figure out a program to put you in, to help you out, get you a mentor so you could come back out and be successful as a citizen. She said that we are not even trying to rehabilitate. We are not interested in rehabilitating them. That's what she said, guys, that they are not interested in rehabilitating these kids that are under 18, guys. And she said in between 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That's exactly what she said. They don't even want to find out what's happening at home. What drugs are you on? Because a lot of them, they are on drugs. A lot of them, is here and there and everywhere. And guess what? If you go and rob somebody, you go and steal something, and guess what? They're going to treat you like you're an adult, and they're going to throw away the key. That's exactly what she said. That's all she want to know is what crime did they commit. That's it. She's not interested in rehabilitating no teenagers, guys. Crazy work. And guess what? They said today, Chicago is on the list. Los Angeles, I think they're already doing that over there. All these cities where all the crime is happening, they're coming after them. That's why they're testing out alligator Alcatraz. Y'all see what alligator Alcatraz is? That's a test. They are testing all this stuff out. And you really can't say that they wrong, because the crime, between 12, 13, 14, and 15, and 16-year-olds, and even under 30 is outrageous, So you can't really say that they're just targeting. The thing is, don't break the law, right? That's why we got to get the word out about this. We got to let the youngsters know. If you're a mentor, you got to let your mentees know. If you got nieces and nephews, you got to let them know. You got to let them know what's going on. Especially if you around, you got nieces and nephews that act like they're hoodlums. You know, you gotta let them know what's in store for them if they keep on going down that route. We gotta let them know, guys, because they got a plan for them. They really do, and they not playing. We're gonna have a whole lot of alligator Alcatrazes all over the country, guys. All over the country. You do the crime, you gotta do the time. But we trying to catch them ahead because there's a lot of people that's on the internet. You know, even if you're a parent and you got young kids, you gotta make, even if you think your kid ain't hanging with the wrong crowd, guess what? You still gotta tell them and let them know what's going on. You still gotta let them know what's going on. You gotta let them know, man. Don't be hanging around the wrong crowd. And also, you gotta pay attention to who who the younger people in your family are socializing with. Your daughters, your sons. You gotta check them all at the door because you never know. They might be being influenced by one of those hoodlums, one of those Pookie and Ray Rays, as we call them. They might be getting influenced by them. You never know. And then once they are under influence of a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and they get 14, 15 years old, as a parent, it's very, very difficult to deal with them because they ain't gonna listen to what you gotta say. They gonna listen to what Pookie and Ray Ray gotta say. We gotta understand that in 2025. And you also gotta understand what they are up against because out of 10 people, as a small number, out of 10 people, 8 of them are Pookie and Ray Rays. And I'm telling you, that's a fact, especially in between that age that we're talking about, 12 to 17 to 18. It's a lot of Pookie and Ray Rays at that age because they have made it a part of the culture. They have made it a part of life. They have made it a style because if you just pay attention to what I'm saying, when you go to your football games, what music are they playing? What music are they playing at the football games? If you go to an NFL football game, you go to an NBA basketball game, you go to a UFC fight, you even go to a baseball game, a hockey game, keep on going, etc., etc., etc. What are they playing as hype music at these places? What are they playing, guys? Say it with me. Let me know in the comment section. When you go to these football games, basketball, and these major events, what music are they playing at these events? I don't even have to say it. Y'all already know what they're playing at these events. And guess what? That type of music, it has been implemented in the whole system. This is what I'm saying. It has been implemented in the whole system. And a certain group of people are being brainwashed by that music, by the culture. And guess what's happening? They don't like that, guys. They don't like it. They don't like it, man. They don't like it, guys. So they gotta do something about the Pookie and the Ray Rays and the thugs. You know, we gonna see how they gonna act. You know, you got kids 12 to 17 years old with Dracos, switches, all this kind of stuff in real life. So what they're doing is they're showing what those kids, all of them are on the internet. So they're showing these things on the internet. So, man, y'all youngsters out there, I hope y'all paying attention. Y'all gotta be paying attention because they coming after y'all, man. And to be honest, they ain't wrong because there's a lot going on, and they cannot let that thug Pookie and Ray Ray, continue in this country. Can't do it. It's bad. So that they're starting to test it out right now. They already said Chicago is next. Atlanta, Miami, LA, New Orleans, Houston, Dallas, all that Pookie and Ray Ray activity is going on. No respect. Nobody has no respect for nobody, guys. You go into a good restaurant and you see a bunch of Pookie and Ray Rays out cussing, smoking, acting, thuggish, ready to hit a lick, you know, and they tired of it. So I hope you youngsters, I hope y'all paying attention, man, because they gonna lock you up, and when they do, you can't cry for mama. See, right now, when they lock them kids up, and between 12 and 17 years old, when they lock them up, they mama can get them out. You know, they tell you, I'm gonna call your mama to come get you till you go to court, and then give you probation, and then send you to some kind of small little rehabilitation camp where you eat cake and ice cream all day. They not doing that anymore, guys. They're trying to get that where if you commit those type of crimes when you young, forget the juvenile system. You going where the big boys at. And you can't cry mama. You can't do it. So I'm telling y'all kids right now, you gotta think 1,000 steps ahead. You can't do the crime. You can't do the time. Don't do the crime. It's better to let those 8 friends that I'm talking about, the 8 out of 10, that's giving us peer pressure to go with them while they breaking somebody's house or steal a car or whatever the case may be, et cetera, et cetera. Go in the store and steal some liquor. You know, that's what they do, that little petty stuff. Guess what? It's best to say, I'm going home. Y'all can call me scary. Y'all can call me lame. You can call me all kind of things. But I'm going home. And then you sit back and you watch the film and you keep living life. If God keep on waking you up every single day, you know what I'm saying? You keep on living, and then guess what happens? Once you get older and you get more mature, then you find out how they turn out. That's all you gotta do is wait. That's all you gotta do. But hanging out with them Pookie and Ray Rays, that's not what's up. That's not what's up. That's not what's up. So we gotta be aware of that, guys. And then we got the Trump meeting, Trump and Putin. Supposed to be meeting on Friday to try to see if they're gonna stop that war. See if they're gonna stop the war in Ukraine. So all eyes on deck on Friday. I will be live. I will be live streaming. And I will be live streaming that so we can see what's gonna happen. That's what we're gonna see. So how y'all doing out there? Appreciate y'all for joining me. We got 6 likes. 18 people was in the building. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I'm on the last little part of the walk down. I'm on the last part. I'm not gonna walk past 30 minutes today. I'm about 95% right now. So I'm doing real good. Paying attention and listening to your first mind. Yep, that's what I'm doing. It's 105 degrees out here, but hey, we ready to rock and roll, and we putting the work in. Trump thinks that Russia is in Alaska. My daughter just turned 13, the 8th grade, and I feel you. Yeah, they not playing. They not playing. So, gotta pay attention and stay tuned in to what's going on. I'm almost at the end of the walk down, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining me. If you stayed on this long, hit the subscribe button and hit that like button. Share this video with a youngster you know. Let me do the talking. And let me do the talking. Because we got to wake them up, guys, before it be too late. They have done something that they really didn't want to do, and they think they could call mama and daddy, and it's going to be too late. And then when they find out, they're going to be 14 years old, and they're going to be down there with the big boys. What's the big boy, Stock Sniper? Not juvenile, prison, where the grown men at, where the real gorillas are. And imagine a 13-year-old down there like that. It's not cool. A 13-year-old that's just trying to follow the in crowd. That's not cool. So that's what's going on. We gotta let them know, man. It's called scared straight. And if that don't work, sometimes that don't work. You know, some people gotta just go through the motions, and they gotta learn. Hopefully, you know, a young kid don't get caught up in what's going on and end up, you know, getting a long ride in the prison system. 13, 14, 15 years old, and to end up doing 20 or 30 years in prison. By the time he get out, he my age. That's not cool. And they're not in the business. They're not going to be rehabilitating nobody, guys. They're not doing it. They want it well, like alligator Alcatraz, where they just throw you in there with them cages in them. Yeah, they want it like that. No rehabilitation, no education. Your thing is you need to go in there and you need to just do your time. No AA meetings, no going seeing the chaplain, no recreation, no no going to school to learn a trade, you know, so you can get out and be productive. They absolutely don't care. That's exactly what she said. They absolutely don't care about rehabilitation. That's but you know how jail is you could go, you know, you do your time, you go commit a crime, and you can go in there and get help. You can go in there and get, because a lot of people that be committing these crimes got mental problems, drug problems, you know, and things like that. And they can go in there and learn coping skills. They can go in there and learn a trade. They can learn in there and find God, Allah, or whoever, you know, and get out, you know. But now they're trying to get it, like what the lady said today, they trying to get it where they just lock you up and throw away the key. The kids, because this is what I'm saying. They're talking about kids, guys. They're talking about teenagers. That's who they're talking about. They're saying that teenagers, which they are true. That's true. There's a lot of teenagers between 12 and 16 that are, you know, really committing bad crimes, doing crazy stuff, kicking in people's door, robbing the elderly, finding somebody 70 years old, catching them slipping, and beating them and robbing them and taking their stuff. That's what's going on. It's going on all over this country, guys. That's what's happening. And they are anticipating that it's going to get worse. They're anticipating that it's going to get worse as time goes, as the prices of stuff go up, as people lose more and more jobs, as more of these parents that are having these kids are on more drugs, as a lot of these women start having a lot of kids by different men, as a lot of these men ain't even taking care of the kids. You know, that's what's going on. So we got to pay attention to what's going on. You know, we got to pay attention. Also, a lot of these men, some of these young rappers that's having 14, 15 11 and 12 kids by 11 and 10 different baby mamas like NBA Youngboy, like Nick Cannon. They're praising that. Y'all know that, right, guys? They're praising those type of things. They're praising dysfunction. You know, we got to think about that. They're trying to, NBA Youngboy got a big influence on a lot of youngsters. They're making it cool for a guy to go out and have 13 different baby mamas and 13 kids. They're making it cool for that. It has become cool for a little young girl to have a baby as a teenager. It's making it cool for a young girl, 17, 18 years old, have 3 or 4 different babies by 3 or 4 different men. They're making that stuff cool, guys. You know, and that is hurting the younger kids. You know, it's hurting them. So we got to think about things on all different type of levels. You know, that's what we got to do. And guess what? It's going to get worse. In my opinion, it's going to get worse. Why, Stock Sniper? Because you got, like I just said, you got rappers, NBA Youngboy, big influence. All these young kids want to be like him. Well, he has 13, 14 kids by 13, 14 different baby mamas. They're making it all right to do it, which is not cool. You know, it's making more Pookie and Ray Rays. You got grandparents that are Pookie and Ray Rays these days. And that they are glorifying the younger kids acting like a Pookie and a Ray Ray. If you don't know who Pookie and Ray Ray is, go look at the movie New Jack City. That's Pookie. And then go look at the movie South Central. That's Ray Ray. If you don't know who Pookie and Ray Ray is, go look at 2 movies. One is called New Jack City. It is a character in there named Pookie. And then go look at South Central. It's a character in there named Ray Ray. They both are bad characters. But Ray Ray is a guy that'll send your kids to steal cars. That's a guy that'll take advantage of your kid and lead your kid in the wrong direction. Ray Ray is the dope guy, the dude that sells the dope. But what he does, he sell dope to kids. He get kids to do his dirty work. That's what Ray Ray, that's the character of Ray Ray. That's the character of Ray Ray. So all y'all who don't know who Pookie and Ray Ray is, all you gotta do is go look at those 2 movies and you'll understand who Pookie is in New Jack City and who Ray Ray is in the movie South Central. Give you a good, clear understanding on what a Pookie and a Ray Ray is. A Ray Ray is one of the scums of the earth. Pookie, he just an old junkie. He just an old dope fiend. But Ray Ray, he's one of the worst type of people you could be. Why, Stock Sniper? Because he influenced young kids to sell dope, to gang bang, to steal cars. You know, actually what he did was he paid, see, his best friend got locked up, right? So his son was ripping and running around the street. Ray Ray was paying his best friend's son pennies on the dollar to go steal radios out of people's vehicles. And what happened was the kid got shot stealing radios. So that's who a Ray Ray is. A Ray Ray don't care about kids. A Ray Ray don't care about nobody. All Ray Ray care about is making money. That's who Ray Ray is. So when you hear me saying Pookie and Ray Ray, that's what I'm describing. Pookie is a dope fiend. Ray Ray is a dope dealer that don't care about kids or nobody. All he care about is making money. And he'll send your kid that's 11, 10 years old or 9 on a dummy mission. He'll send your kid to go kick in the door for a TV. He'll send your kid to go break in that Mercedes-Benz for a radio. And bring it, and then the kid will bring him back the merchandise and he give him $5 or something. Yeah, he do them all type of ways. That's why parents is very, very important, bro. Because you got a Pookie, you got a Ray Ray that'll take advantage of the situation. You know, cause Ray Ray, he know how to read what kind of parents do the kid got. Well, if the parents are Pookie and Ray Ray, guess what? That is his main target. That's his main target. And so we gotta know what's going on, because guess what? These kids that come from that, they finna do them bad, guys. They about to do them bad. They finna take away rehabilitation. They about to take away education in the prison for them kids, and chunk them in there and lock away they're gonna chunk them in there and throw away the key. That's what she said, guys. That's what she said. That's what she said. So I think I'm ending right here, guys. This was on my mind today because, you know, the youth, the youngsters, and the younger generation, I mean, they got a lot going up against them because that way of life is glorified, not only in the music, you know, and like I said, they're playing that music at school now, basketball games. Bro, this would trip me out, guys. I'm gonna say this, and I gotta get off. But I was at a private school. It's a private school. It is a Catholic private school. Well, I was at a basketball game at this private Catholic school. They let the kids, you know, when you come out and they play certain music, well, they let the kids come out listening to NBA Youngboy. This was at a Catholic school, a Catholic private school with a priest, with nuns, but they catering to the culture. And that's what they was doing. They played NBA Youngboy at the Catholic school. That when I seen that, I said, oh man, it's getting real bad. And of course, those parents, they don't like that. You know, they don't like that. You know, because their kids are starting to act like a lot of those Pookie and Ray Rays. And to be honest, they know that their kids are getting it from a particular culture. You know, see, it's a lot going on, guys. You know, you can understand what I'm saying. If you can understand, they feel like that their culture is being infiltrated by the Pookie and Ray Ray and this hoodlum culture. That's what they think, and they are absolutely right. They're right. So now they finna come down hard on where it actually is happening at, to show make an example. So they'll sit back and tell their kids, see, this is what happens when you act like that. Now you see your friend that you was trying to be like, now look at him. See, that's what's going on. So we got to be aware of that, and you got to start thinking. We got to start thinking. Parents, you got to start thinking. Mentors, ministers, pastors, you got to start thinking. If you got a youth ministry, you have to start thinking. You got to start just don't read Bible scriptures. All that's good and dandy, but you got to show. You got to show and educate these younger kids on what's really going on. You got to show them and educate them and let them know if you go this direction, if you hang with Pookie, if you hang with Ray Ray, this is what's going to happen. And you got to actually show them. It's called scared straight. You got to show them. You can't just tell them. You got to show them better than you can tell them. And then it's up to them, you know. But but then majority of the time, they'll make a right decision. Some of them, you know, sometimes some of them won't. But as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you know, it all work out for the good. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm gonna end it right here. Woo! It's Wednesday. Guess what? This walk down is over. This is the 48th episode of the walk down. 2 more episodes left, guys. And this season is a wrap. Season 2 will be a wrap on Friday. A lot going on Friday, guys. My birthday is Friday. The Trump meeting with Putin is on Friday. So it's a lot going on. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love and I appreciate y'all. Everybody that's commenting in the comment section. Everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate y'all. This is the end of the walk down. It's a wrap. Y'all have a great evening. I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.